We're going to do minutes approval really quickly. So for the proxy, since you guys didn't read the minutes last week, just don't raise your hand. And then if you don't have a placard in front of you, also don't raise your hand.
Hi everyone. I'm Pavan Koda. I was the awkward guy sitting in the corner that didn't really know what was going on for a bit. But I'm also a treasurer for Winterfest, and so I'm representing our organization. So basically what Winterfest is, it's a second-year organization, so quick rundown because not everyone may be familiar with it. But Winterfest has similar goals to Springfest in that we really seek to unite campus in a large event at the end of the first semester. But we're a little different from Springfest in that we're a charity organization, and that all proceeds from the event go towards chosen charity each year.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Tori, if you guys don't know. We're going to talk a little bit about collaboration. So I have a question for everybody. Why you know collaborate? Can everybody think of some pros to collaboration? Some of the main ones, you have more resources. So you have more people to PR, you have a larger budget. You have more women power, you have more manpower, you have more people to help you run the event. Also, you have a higher attendance, most likely, and it allows new interactions in between residents. You have different councils, different groups exchanging ideas, different ways that they do things.
Funny story about the meme. I actually forgot to pay a bill for 2 months before I got a call. So let's go on to the first point. Soft budget cap and hard budget cap. A hard budget cap is the absolute limit that you can spend, and a soft budget cap is like a target. In our committee, in the CEDA, it has worked really well. We've had a target, and we've managed to spend below that. So it's always good to have a target, and it's fine to extend the target, but the hard budget cap is the absolute max that you can spend. I feel that it's extremely necessary to have one representative from each committee in the other committee, because you have to make sure that the wishes of the other committee are fulfilled, because it's happening for both committees. And you have to split receipts and bills judiciously. For example, one committee might be putting in 20% of the work and another might be putting in 80%. So it wouldn't be fair to split it right in half. So you have to split it according to effort and rather judiciously. And
everyone's tired again. So I'm going to talk about how committees can communicate, and one of the ways is, or I guess when you get your committees together and get all the councils together to form a committee, you want to respect each other's space. And then once you have your committee formed, you want to talk about delegation of work. So the actual important stuff during, I'm assuming everyone already knew the last slide of stuff. When you get into a committee, there's definitely important stuff for when you're communicating. One of the things is understanding group dynamics. So I can tell you at UC, I'm the guy who gets volunteered for everything. Or I guess that's just in GP, general, just in RSA. But anyways, moving on from there, we have Malcolm, who's our fearless leader tonight. And moving on, you want to recognize nonverbal communication. So when you're in your committee, if you can sometimes tell maybe if somebody's not okay with what's going on, you might want to approach them about how things are going instead of just moving on with your plans.
And also start setting up, make a Google document with a schedule in order to assure that everyone plays their part in holding the event, put everything on there, everything anyone needs to know. And then also have a day of meeting prior to the event to ensure that all the bases are covered and just make sure people who are actually involved with it go. We got to ensure that all outside responsibilities are taken care of.
So our next topic is going to be an ideal community discussion. So the way we're going to set this off is I basically just want you guys to have like a 5-minute discussion within your council. Murray and I'm going to work together, and then if Clarky doesn't want to work with Juniper just because you're like a little smaller, just going to talk about what you think your ideal community looks like. Whether that's like in your res halls, in your specific like community. So like, what does your specific community look like? If it's functioning at its full capacity, all of your residents are happy, your council's like awesome, everything's going well. What does your ideal community look like? You guys have 5 minutes, we'll come back together at the 45 and we will work from there.
So, I talked last week about Strengths Quest Week and to put it on your calendars. So, once you go back from Thanksgiving, get super pumped. After you've eaten your turkey and slept off your turkey coma, take Strengths Quest. It takes about 20 minutes. I'll be sending out codes later tonight and then reminding you over Thanksgiving break because December 2nd starts our Strengths Quest week. We will be having December 3rd, Wednesday, starts our Strengths Quest week. We're offering Strengths Quest 101 at 3 different times. We're having it at 4 p.m. to 5:30 on Wednesday. On Thursday, we're having it, 6 to 7:30. Why isn't it on there? Sorry. And then Friday, we're having it during community hours, so 12 to 2:30, 12 to 1:30.
12:30 to 1:30, or 12:30 to 2.
Thank you. None of those times are working. Everyone will be required to take that, and then we'll be incorporating it into Winter Retreat, so make sure you make that a priority next week.
If you absolutely cannot make one of those times, which you should be able to because they're pretty flexible, email Alyssa so we can set something up. Yes.
Is it required to notice even if you take it?
If you've taken Strengths Quest, email Alyssa back when you get your code, and we'll work with you.
Any other questions?
So in ResRel today, we talked about food forums. We had our last one this past week, and so we were just talking about ways to improve it, going into next semester, and things like that. And we also talked more about housing, website, feedback, and finally we watched a really cool TED Talk.
Well, around the Russian Clover, we raised more than 400 different food items. We got 20 different meals, and thank you guys to everybody who brought your food, who came to the packaging. I have the winner, or should I say winners, of the competition. Carlton Road for most points, and Mistletoe for most cans.
Money! Money, baby.
Well, not much, but you guys will each be getting a keeper party or food or something to that effect provided by the liaison.
In PR committee, we went over the final details of TSO. If you're going to go, it's on December 7th from 7-Eleven. So just stop by the RHA booth. We're going to be making cards for your fellow residents, so suite mates, RAs, and whoever, if you want to say thank you to them, make a holiday card. We're also giving out our swag, which is touchscreen gloves that have RHA logo on them. And then we also we did sort of an activity, and it was kind of a team honor, and then we also went over to our things for next semester.
We worked on the presentation that was shown today, and just one thing about that. So we showed it to you, just not only showed it, but also definitely encourage collaboration. There's been some collaboration this first semester, but then also not as much we'd like to see. So definitely starting kind of next semester, you guys are all councils for a reason you're here, but you can all support each other. So definitely encourage what you saw today about encouraging collaboration coming next semester.
Let's see, if you're president, vice president, secretary, or treasurer, you probably got an email from me on Sunday. If you didn't, let me know. What that is a mid-year check for all secretaries and treasurers. I just want to see how you guys are doing. And in the case where your council doesn't have one, I'll have the president or vice president fill it out. And that's going to encourage some good opportunities potentially for some collaboration.
Council updates. We will start with Magnolia.
So we had our second Magnolia morning, which went pretty well. We will actually schedule a third one for the week before finals. We have our DoorDash source prizes for Mac, which directed candy going out. These next coming Tuesdays, we'll have every door hit by the end of the semester, and we also have our holiday gift exchange. We extend.
Open floor. Anyone have anything?
Delta Chi is having Delta Chi in North, so
Weepul of the week.
Alright, today's Weepul of the week is Brad Seal due to his hard work and consistently reaching out.
At this moment.
Well, I only have a few things, like 17 or so to cover, so if you guys can bear with me. Just kidding. Let's get the hell out of here. It's hot. Oh, happy Thanksgiving.